All right, ladies and gentlemen, good day, rise and shine, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. It's a sunny day here in Seattle. Plus, Mr. Zan here in the house from Jamaica. Whoop, whoop.
What's going on?
I'm very excited, dude. Thanks for joining us. We got. I'm gonna go really quickly through today's presentation or today's agenda. For all of those that are new, welcome to Savvy. Welcome to the Rum-Bar channel. I'm super excited for everybody who's signing up. Meredith, John, Joanne, Christina Wolf, thank you guys. Of course, my partner Will, who's here. Oh, Kate Perry. Kate, you're here in Pacific Northwest. We got to see each other at some point. Dave Russell from California. But really quickly, for those who are here for the first time, to the right, we have a chat box where everybody's just writing right now where they're from. We're just putting a beautiful comment. If you have any questions during this entire presentation, make sure to write it down and right in the very bottom where it says ask questions. We'll try to go through all those. We'll try to go through all of them, as many as we can if we have time. We do ask everybody, please take a second to share the event. If you are right now watching us on Facebook, please come to zavvy.co, zavvy.co, where you can participate from our chat box and our Q&A. Today's agenda, 30-40 minutes main presentation, 1 or 2 minutes sharing the contact information. Also, while we're having our next agenda, and then we'll do 15-20 minutes on our Roma clock. That being said, enough said. Today's presentation, our main topic is visiting Worthy Park Estate and Rum-Bar gold infographic. Actually, we just launched it today, basically we launched it yesterday. And we do ask everybody to wait. This is all going crazy. We're coming to my computer. There we go. I wanted to share this picture of Zan.
Where did you get that picture from?
I got it in the internet. I think it was it's a great picture. It really represents who you are. So I think it was like perfect. I'm like, this is it. It's well, Zan, let's introduce you here 1 second. How are you doing today?
Good, man. It's good to see you. Thanks for having me on. I think Fetty may have mentioned it. Nice shirt, Fetty. Nice shirt, buddy. Fetty's been harassing me to do this for quite a while now. And he actually wanted it to be live from the distillery. But our Wi-Fi and data connection is terribly unreliable. So we're going to try something new for you guys today. And I guess I should really introduce myself. I am the commercial manager for spirits for Worthy Park Estate. I do, prior to COVID, pre-COVID, I guess, most of my work was overseas. So, with Fetty at all his events, in Europe, throughout the Caribbean, just basically being on the road for Worthy Park, kind of being the man with all the hats. So all the trainings, education, brand work, distributor relationships, basically all the stuff I handled. And then now my job has actually transitioned since COVID started, coincidentally. And now I took on responsibility for the local market as well for sales and marketing. So I have that under my portfolio, and I'm also involved pretty heavily in product development, packaging, label design, all that fun, all the not so fun stuff that allows me to come out on the road and do the fun stuff, which is having the drinks and celebrating rum and Jamaica with everybody out there. So that's in a nutshell what I do. And thanks for having me, Phil.
So who was doing the local sales job before?
So we have a local marketing manager. And then Gordon Clark, who's our CEO and managing director, kind of everything reported into him. But he's also CEO is responsible for the sugar side of the business, which the sugar farm side, as well as the sugar factory side. So he's got a lot more on his plate.
Yeah.
So he basically kind of added me in there to help him help the business. So
does Worthy Park work as the manufacturer and the distributor as well, or you have a third party that is a distributor company?
Yeah, Wisynco in Jamaica at least. Wisynco is our partner, so they handle all of our distribution. So in theory, they're directly responsible for the sales and getting the product out there. And our team at Worthy Park, we handle all the marketing activities, so all the trade promotions, trade activities, all the different events, and the marketing side of it here locally.
So you're the one taking all the pictures of all those beautiful girls in Jamaica drinking Rum-Bar. Now I know.
No comment.
Anyways, let's talk about your infographic here.
Yeah, dude.
This is, I think it's a beautiful art piece. I don't know if you've seen it. I believe we have already another art piece of Worthy Park in an infographic, and right now we're testing on Novocaine that you can get all the infographic. Of course, that's a poster, but now we're going to try to do them as a hanging canvas, which is pretty cool. But tell us a little bit about Rum-Bar, the gold expression.
Yeah, so Rum-Bar Gold, I'll get into the history and production of everything that we do, but Rum-Bar Gold we launched as kind of our first age rum in our portfolio. So the first product we launched was our overproof rum, just being in Jamaica. That's what the most consumed rum is on the island. So we launched a Rum-Bar Gold, and it's a minimum of 4 years old in the bottle. Excuse me. And in Jamaica, if we make an age statement or an age claim, it's actually the youngest drop of juice in the bottle. So even though with this rum there's older liquid in there, we can only say it's a 4-year-old rum. We did all of our aging in ex-bourbon casks. And the cool thing about Worthy Park, and we hear us talk a lot about being a single estate producer, is we grow sugarcane. We have a sugar factory on site. All the fermentation, distillation, blending, bottle aging, everything for that product is done right here at Worthy Park at the estate, which is very unique. Very unique anywhere, but especially unique in Jamaica now.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's Rum-Bar Gold. It's just a nice entry into the kind of the young age Jamaican rum, and it's actually done really well for us in the States, especially in tropical bars and with cocktail bars for people that are looking for that that Jamaican rum that has some of those age characteristics to it, but also has some of that young rawness that you find in our Rum-Bar Overproof and Rum-Bar Silver.
All right.
And just for the records, Fetty for everyone out there, Fetty has me on like all these different screens right now, so I don't always see the chat box that's going on. So Fetty, just hit me up if there's any like specific questions or anything during the presentation.
Okay. All right. No, we're looking, I see everything is looking great on Crowdcast. And I see more people joining us, which is great. All right, Zan, let's go to, thank you for that quick intro. Once again, we invite everybody to download the infographic, the Rum-Bar infographic. I put on a nice little green button that says infographic. Just make sure to download it. And now let's go to the distillery tour, virtual distillery tour. And I say, Sam, you should just guide us and explain little by little. I think the best idea is that you put on some videos. You want to explain prior of what we're seeing, however you feel.
Okay, cool. So yeah, and I asked everyone to bear with me because this is the first time I've ever done it in this way. But what I did is, because I couldn't take you live everywhere, over the past 2 days, I kind of went into some different spots around the estate, and I just did some filming on my phone. So, I'm not winning any Oscars for production quality or anything like that, but it's pretty real, and I just wanted to give everybody a little peek into Worthy Park.
So Bailey, please don't. No critics right now. No critics.
I know. Go to hell, Bailey. Go to hell. Oh, this is that famous sign that you've seen, I'm sure, many, many times. Never looked at our Instagram or Facebook page or anything like that. But here we are. This is a overlook, as we call it. And basically everything you're looking at now is Worthy Park. So we're 1,200 feet above sea level. This is the Vale of Luitis, or Luitis Vale as we call it. We're surrounded by mountains and acres 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 of cane field. And basically everything you're looking at now is the Worthy Park estate.
Massive.
Cool. So, yeah, you got a picture for any of you that have been to Jamaica. You know, most of the tourist areas are kind of around the coast, but we're located like right in the middle of the island. And so you basically drive north from Kingston or south from Ocho Rios, and the interior part of Jamaica is very mountainous. So to get to Worthy Park, you're driving kind of off the highway. You get off the main highway that we have, and you're driving through the hills, and you don't really see much because it's kind of, it's overhanging vegetation. And then you turn a corner, and then you just see Worthy Park, and you see that sign, that red sign, and you just overlook everything. And it is honestly one of the most breathtaking views that you have here in Jamaica. Obviously, I'm biased, but I can look at that view every day, and it's still quite impressive for me. So that is coming from entering Worthy Park from one side. And now the next part of the video is actually driving through Luitis Vale. So Luitis Vale is the town, basically the town where we're located. There's about 3,000 people there. It's literally small town Jamaica. So we have a what we call in Jamaica a Chinese shop, where they kind of sell everything. You got a bunch of hardware stores, a bunch of bars, police stations, school, a church, some little cook shops or restaurants. But I kind of I give you a little quick drive.
One second before you keep on.
Yeah.
We share the next video. So all that field that you just showed us, how many acres again is that?
So Worthy Park total land is about just under 10,000 acres. Wow. And you're looking at like 4,000 acres of sugarcane field.
So 4,000 is sugarcane field, and the other 6,000 are what?
Just mountainside, office buildings, factory, housing, other ponds, whatever it is. But every acre of arable land that we could plant in is dedicated to sugarcane. So
you mentioned the pond. So do you guys have like a self-irrigation system then?
No, it's all natural irrigation. So everything is by rainwater.
Just rainwater.
Yeah. So we had a drought. I'd say May and June this year was we had a pretty bad drought. So things were getting a little dry, but the past 2 months, I'd say July and August started to rain a lot more, even though those are typically drier months of the year. So it's been a little off this year, but yeah, we're completely reliant on Mother Nature and watering our cane fields.
What? I gotta fix something here. Thanks, Corey. I thought I fixed that link. And Worthy Park has been existing as a sugar company for how many years?
Well, as an estate for the last 350 years.
Yeah.
The first record of sugar production was 300 years ago this year, so it was in 1720. Our first record of rum production was 1741, and we did, based on the records in the archives, we did 3,000 gallons of rum that year. And yeah, we've been doing rum. We kind of did rum every year until about 1962, where we stopped. And then we rebuilt our distillery, or we built a new distillery in 2004. So we were we always did sugar, but we stopped rum for about 40 something years.
Oh wow, that's awesome. All right, let's go see the next video. I have it here. Should I put it, or do you?
No, I'll just play it from this, just to keep it going.
Understood. Fast drivers in Jamaica.
Yeah, I know. I figured I should keep it at film it fast, but That's literally the town, and I think there's about 13 different rum bars in that kind of couple mile drive, and then now you're on Worthy Park, and that's the front gate. But that drive through Lightisvale, I mean, it was really fast, obviously, but it was a real country drive because we got stopped by cows. I don't know if you guys saw that, but there's a couple of cows crossing the road, and I actually got stopped by a political motorcade because it's election day today, actually in Jamaica, which is why it's so quiet here at the office. But you got cows, you got people on the road, and you got a political motorcade. So nothing really sums up driving around the country than that video.
I'm gonna. Corey's asking if I can make the screen look bigger, at least that video in particular. Okay. Corey, I do have some video that we can do that. So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do this. Let's see if it works. All right.
The other video is too small.
Well, as the screen, it looks bigger when we do it as a full screen. Okay. So, all right, cool. We're done.
All right. So yeah, that was just a little drive through, and here's the next part here. I made mine bigger, so hopefully it works out better for everybody.
Hey everybody, what's going on? I'm just out here in the fields at Worthy Park. Just another day driving around the cane fields. But I'm actually stopped here in front of a water supply. Now this water supply comes through the limestone aquifer from down an aqueduct that was actually built in the early 1800s. And it was built to supply water directly to the sugar factory here at Worthy Park. And as well, at the time, it supplied water to some of the different estates that were located in the valley, the Vale of Lightis. Quite impressively, after, I can't even do the math in my head without a calculator anymore, but, after nearly 200 years, the aqueduct is still intact and still in operation. So the water that goes to the sugar factory, to a lot of our buildings on site, as well can offshoot water to the distillery, is coming through this aqueduct. It's pretty impressive.
All right. Probably pause it on the worst possible look on my face. But I don't know if everybody heard that video because I think the volume's a little low, but all of our water that we use at Worthy Park, from our sugar factory to our distillery to the offices and the houses, comes through the limestone aquifer. And this aqueduct was built in the 1830s, I want to say, 1820s, 1830s, to bring water directly to the estate. And that at the time was pretty revolutionary because we didn't, there was no main water supply coming in that could provide water to the different estates. So it's still in operation today as it was built, 200 years ago, which is really awesome.
So where does the water pressure come from?
It's completely gravity fed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool. And yeah, all that water comes through the limestone aquifer. Now at our sugar factory, we also have now dug a well underneath for additional supply. And at our distillery, we have we dug another well about a couple clicks north of the distillery just to have a constant water supply for there. So that is still where the water comes through, which is, pretty cool.
In Puerto Rico, and let me know if this happens the same thing with Jamaica. Puerto Rico, the north side of Puerto Rico is very green and lush.
Yeah.
But once you cross the mountains, it starts becoming very dry, and that's where actually some of the one distillery, Serrayes, is down there. Is it the same thing in Jamaica? Like, are you guys like in the middle north, and then that's why it's so green and lush?
We do get more rainfall at Worthy Park than most of the other areas in the island. The south part, like in Clarendon, especially to the south coast there, it is a little drier, but we get pretty good rainfall across the central part of the island, especially when we go to the eastern side. where there's actually no distilleries, but it's almost kind of like rainforest environment. There is what we refer to Port Antonio as.
Understood. And the sugarcane growth, at one point, how much sugarcane was grown in all Jamaica? Do you know?